Okay, everyone. Hopefully you can all hear me. It's 11:15, so we'll get started. I'm Mr. Gill. I know we haven't had a chance to meet officially, I guess. I'm without my mask, so please, if you see me in the hallways, stop me, say hi, introduce yourself. I'd love to get to know as many of you as possible. Thank you for joining us. It would have been awesome to meet in person, but I guess we just need to work with what we have, so this will be good as well. Also, thank you to the teachers for taking time out of your classes to help us present some information to our graduating class. So, shape of the meeting, it sounds like everyone is already muted, so please keep your microphone muted unless you're going to be presenting. If you have a question, please type it into the chat. So teachers, if you can facilitate that, and Mr. Sloboda will monitor the chat for questions as well. So Mr. Sarwa is going to chat with you all for a bit. And then we have Ms. Perry, Ms. Baldwin, and Ms. Wickman giving us an update in regards to graduation and scholarships and all that fun stuff. And then Mr. Primrose is going to present to us as well a little bit in regards to grad events, and then we'll wrap it up with grad photos and yearbook quotes. So I'll pass it on to Mr. Sarwa.
Morning, everyone. It's Mr. Sarwa. I'm wearing a mask right now, but I'll take it off because that way you can recognize me. Just like Mr. Gill said, we're all so used to masks right now. But anyways, I wanted to say how excited we are, even during a pandemic, the grad class of 2021. And we're going to do everything we possibly can to make your year a great year, because you guys are such a special group. And you know, this is my 4th year, and you guys arrived in grade 9, and that was my first year as principal. And you know, we're going to graduate together, all of us, right? So we want to make this, like I said, a special year. We'd be going grad class 2021 and chanting and stuff right now in the gym if we were there, but we're not. But like I said, we're just going to try to make this a great year. Yale grads, you guys, like I said, you've been great role models and leaders in the community, and you've been doing it for several years, and even more so this year, and you make us very proud. So just continue to build on that legacy at Yale, and you guys have your own legacy that you're going to leave behind, and we're very proud of you for doing that, and we want to make sure that you come up with something that you're going to give back and just add to this great institution that we have called Yale. Mr. Gill, we'll go to the next slide. Just so, I mean, you guys, I mean, this is just very simple stuff, but a lot of stuff to share today. But 8:40, I mean, you've been doing a great job. Just continue to get here at 8:40 and start. I know it's going to be a little bit harder when the weather changes, but please try to be cognizant of that and make good choices, right? Because you have been doing a great job in making good choices, and we want you to continue to do that so that we can engage in some good activities for you in the coming months and stuff, and still be able to make it work, right? And honor the community and each other. Like COVID-19, I mean, it is what it is. We just have to learn to live with it. Keep your distance, wear a mask, and you know, we're all in this together, right? So even when you're at the grad parking lot or outside, the public sees us, and we want to reassure them that we are good people, good citizens. We are the senior grad class here, and we want to show them that we know how important it is for all of us to stay safe and take care of each other, right? So please make sure you do that, and even in the grad lot, because as people are driving by, we want to give them an impression that they can believe in us and that we will do the right thing. All right. Okay, I think that's it, Mr. Gill. I think the counselors are next.
That's right. Thanks so much for that, Mr. Sarwa. I will now pass it on to our counseling team, and they will walk you through their classroom and etc.
So hello out there, grade 12s. Big hello from the counseling department. It was so nice meeting you face-to-face, masked, but face-to-face in your classrooms a couple of weeks ago. But we're really happy to have an opportunity today to give you a couple of reminders about what we mentioned when we saw you, and also some new information. So start at the top there. You can see our Google Classroom code is there. We pushed you joining our classroom when we saw you a couple weeks ago, and I'm here to report that 157 of you in total have joined our Google Classroom. You are a grad class of 312, so just over half of you have joined the classroom. So really encourage all of you to do that. That is where we will be posting all kinds of relevant information for you for the year. So get on board with that, those of you who have not. A little reminder, within the classroom, there's sort of three major pieces of information. The first one is under general info. And we left you with some homework a couple of weeks ago, and that was to make sure all of you got registered with a student transcript service. Hoping many of you have done that, recognizing that it's a must for all grads, whether you're going on right away to some training program or university or not, you must register. But it's crucial for those of you who are making application to post-secondaries. That is the best way and the least amount, spend less money getting your transcripts sent directly for you from the Ministry of Education to the institutions that you're applying to, and that can all be done in that transcript service. So highly recommend you get that job done and get it done soon. The second big area of our classroom is the scholarship segment. Ms. Baldwin's going to bring you up to speed on that in just a moment. The third area is the post-secondary info area. We've posted lots of things there already. A reminder, we said it when we saw you, say it again, that UFE registration applications are accepted as of October 1st, so be thinking about that. New information would be the PSIBC website that we have now posted in our classroom. This is a fantastic website, kind of a one-stop shop. It's a great resource, not just for students, but for parents, because it touches on global issues relevant to choosing post-secondary, things like budgets and all kinds of sort of big ideas, as well as it gives detailed information about individual institutions. Now, Mr. Gill, if you were to flip to the next slide, I think that you could show grade 12s. You could give them a little example of, yeah, if you scroll down there, you could, yeah, keep going. So you can see here that some of the kinds of issues that this website directs itself to. So questions to ask on a campus tour, what is an undergrad degree, how is it structured, what questions should you ask a recruiter, just some good general information there. Highly recommend that you have a look at that. In about 3 weeks, the other thing that this website is going to offer you is face-to-face virtual chats with recruiters from schools that you might be interested in going to next year. So this could be colleges, universities, trades programs, etc. So we'll give you more information about the face-to-face or the virtual meets in about 3 weeks. But again, this website, very, very good one for you to kind of get familiar with now and then use for the virtual meets in about 3 weeks. So meantime, take care of yourselves. Our offices are open. We're looking forward to seeing you. We've met many of you since our first visits a couple of weeks ago, and looking forward to continuing with that. And I'll pass off the mic to Ms. Baldwin. She's going to chat with you a little bit about scholarships.
Okay, hi everyone. There are several different types of scholarships. The biggest thing I can say is make sure you check out our Google Classroom. Because we currently have information on there regarding a variety of scholarships, and we'll continue to add to the information we have as the year progresses and as scholarship dates arise. In terms of Ministry of Education scholarships, there are some that you could actually Google and search the Ministry of Education now. They're not on our site yet because they're not due yet, but just for general information, you could do that. What is coming up immediately is district scholarships. District scholarships are for they're non-academic scholarships. So they're for students in any non-academic area. So music, drama, any of the fine arts or applied skills areas, community service, things like that. So this is a way for you to be recognized for your excellence in non-academic areas. It involves creating some kind of project over the course of the year, presenting it in April. Last year it was virtually. It may end up being virtual again next year. However, we're hoping that it will be a live presentation. And at the end, you could win $1,250. And that's in the form of an education voucher, which will arrive in your doorstep in November, and you can apply it toward your tuition next year. So that's one thing. More information will be coming out. We just had our first organizational meeting on Monday, so I'll be posting more information and visiting some of the relevant classrooms as well. In terms of the local scholarships, the Abbotsford Community Foundation has graciously been the clearinghouse, I guess, for a number of scholarships. These are the awards that everyone looks forward to because they're the big surprises on convocation night. So as your name is called across the stage, you might hear so-and-so has won the blah, blah, blah award, and it's always a nice surprise. But those applications come out in February and they're online, and again, we'll give you much more information. When we were referencing the need to get reference letters, or mentioning the need to get reference letters earlier in the year, this is one of the uses for the reference letters because it does require that you provide one. But again, check the Google Classroom for more information on that. Post-secondary institution entrance scholarships. Any institution that you're applying to will have some kind of entrance scholarships. They're usually based on marks and also your contributions to the school and community. So check that out for the places you intend to apply to. In terms of other scholarships, again, check our Google Classroom for links to awards databases, which have hundreds of awards that may be perfect for you. And then other specific awards. And one example of that, or two examples of that, are the Loran Scholarship and the TD Award that are mentioned on in our Google Classroom. Loran is basically kind of a high-end award that emphasizes character, service, leadership potential, and the big thing is that you must have demonstrated some kind of significant leadership in an area. Anyway, that's kind of a nutshell, scholarships in a nutshell, and feel free to come down and see us in the Counseling Center. Check out the Google Classroom. If you've got any questions, we're happy to give you a hand with that. And that's it.
Hello, everybody. Grad class of 2021. It's Mrs. Wickman here. So I'm just here to go over the different ways of communicating so that you can find out information about post-secondary this year, transcripts, and scholarship opportunities. So we've mentioned before, we've got our new Google Classroom, first time ever. Excuse me, Yale is using this way to communicate. We've also got a brand new Instagram, thanks to Mr. Falls. He's helped us create an Instagram page. It's Yale_counseling_info_for_grad. So check that out. There's only 4 posts up already, but there will be more. We've got the hallway TV monitors. We'll keep up to date. The school website has scholarship and grad info under grads, and then there's a scholarship section. Counseling Center whiteboard, it's old school, but we use that just to put messages on the board that are timely if we need to get some info across. And last but not least, ask us. We always tell you in course planning that, yeah, we know stuff. So we might not know everything right there, but we can definitely guide you to the information. So many things we can tell you right away, some things we can tell you how to navigate through the systems and help out. So make sure you come and see us. If we're busy, if we're not in our offices or we're at a meeting or something, email us and we will definitely make time to see you. We want to work with you this year to make this process smooth. So that's it from us, and back to Mr. Gill. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Ms. Perry, Ms. Baldwin, and Ms. Wickman. I know the students all appreciate all the hard work you guys are doing, so thanks so much for that. Okay, next is yearbook quotes. So I'm sure you guys are all excited about getting your yearbook quotes in. I'm noticing on there's a typo. Submit your yearbook quote by November 13th, 2020, not 2021. You guys will all be out of here by then. So November 13th, 2020, please. The email address, though, is yalegrad2021@gmail.com. And please have your last name and first name in the subject line, and then there's two pieces that we need to put in there. You can add a baby photo. Most people do. You don't have to. If you don't want to have your baby photo in there, just write something like, "I do not want my baby photo included in the yearbook," and also include a quote. So what I would suggest maybe is have a few people read your grad quote. Sometimes what we might think is a good idea isn't always a good idea. So just have a few people read it and vet it. Inappropriate quotes will be replaced by staff. So please take control of your grad quote. Make sure you submit it early. But if it is inappropriate, then unfortunately we will have to replace it. So make sure you get that in by November 13th, 2020 and send it to yalegrad2021@gmail.com. All right. And grad photo day is coming up as well. And again, I think I was just really excited about 2021. So it's October 25th to the 30th, 2020 this year. And I'm just finalizing the times and the scheduling procedures for that. And so we will send out a link to you very soon, and we'll make sure that it ends up on the counseling Google Classroom as well on how to sign up for your time. There will also be a infographic telling you about things that you should bring, etc. So grad photo day is October 25th to the 30th, and you will have to sign up for your appointment. So please watch for that link. That'll be coming out before the end of the week. So we'll get that information to you before the end of the week. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Primrose now, and he'll chat with you about grad events.
Yeah, hi, thanks, Mr. Gill. So we have some things planned so far this year. And first of all, the grad clothing goes on sale today. If you want to see pictures of the grad clothing, what it looks like, then it's on the Yale Instagram, and we'll also put that around as well, around the school and the TVs. You only have 2 weeks to order your grad clothing, and then it gets shut down, and then we order what you ordered. Okay, and then there's about a 2 week to 3 week turnaround on that. You can't wait on this because we're only doing one order. So if you want grad clothing, you need to order it in this order time period. All right, so don't wait till spring because you're not going to be able to get it. As far as sizing goes, because of the COVID, we can't have like a place where people just come and try stuff on, but they're Russell athletic hoodies, and a lot of you already have hoodies at home and stuff, so you can kind of base it off of those sizes. Now, as for events, we haven't canceled anything. All right, so I don't want you guys to, get down thinking that you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff. We haven't canceled any events. What we're doing is we are just trying to find different ways of doing things. And when we run an event, we're just going to have to figure out, it might just look a little bit different than it did in the past. But we still are committed to putting on some fun events for grads only, and for you guys to come together as a class, and for you guys to have a fantastic year. So we are currently looking into those. The best way to get the information is, I believe that the grads have a Instagram account for you guys, the grads only. And you guys also have a Facebook account. And you can also follow Yale Lions Instagram, where I put lots and lots of different grad events and different information on there. Okay, so I think that's about it for me, Mr. Gill, unless I missed anything. But we're excited that you guys are going to have a great year. And like I said, we haven't canceled anything. We're just going to look at different ways of doing things. All right.
Thanks so much, Mr. Primrose.
Okay, Mr. Gill, I'm going to talk a little bit about grad convocation and prom. So grade 12's prom definitely will be taking place. Just want to let you know that this past year we did it at the Abbey Arts Center in June. And it was quite a neat experience because we had limited number of people that could actually be in there. We could actually have parents on stage with the students, and never in my whole career have I witnessed anything like that, where the parent was able to turn the tassel for the student, give the diploma, give the hugs and kisses. It was quite an emotional time, right? It's a pretty neat experience, and you guys will appreciate that as well. So right now we're looking at it taking place in June. If everything goes well, we will have it back at the entertainment center, but it has to do with what happens with the pandemic as we move forward. With regards to prom, we currently still have our Hyatt Regency in Vancouver booked for the prom on June 19th. And we're going to keep that booking in place and cross our fingers that we can actually do something. Might involve some physical distancing, but that's our goal right now. And of course, then we have our grand march prior to prom. We should be able to come up with something that's going to involve physical distancing and make those work. So these are definitely two things that are going to happen. Grad convocation, grad prom, how they're actually going to look, as Mr. Primrose said, we just have to be flexible and adjust as necessary. So I just want to remind everyone that if you want to watch this again, or your parents want to watch this video, we'll make a link on our school website, and we'll post this the video of this session on the Yale YouTube channel. And then just finally, I just want to end by we have this slogan here: take care of the pride. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and take care of this place. And one thing that this pandemic has taught me is just the importance of relationships. And you know, each and every one of you has relationships with one another, with the school, with you know, your lower classmates, etc. And you know, it's a rough time for everybody, and we just have to do our best just to take care of one another. You know, so it's a great little slogan up there, and you know, Mr. Sarwa had mentioned you guys are leaders in the community now, leaders of the school, role models, and we just want to keep that up. So if there's any questions, people can post those to the chat. And once again, as Mr. Gill said, teachers, if you could moderate that, any questions students have, post them to the chat, and then the counselors, Mr. Gill, Mr. Sarwa, and myself, Mr. Primrose, might be able to answer them.
Thank you, Mr. Sloboda. And teachers, if your class doesn't have any questions, then feel free to leave the meeting, but otherwise we will stay online for a few more minutes in case there are any questions that show up. Okay, so I see that there's a question about grad photos. So again, I'll send the infographic out. Maybe this is a good time. I'll share the booking page with you all to sort of show you what that looks like. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So this is the booking page up at the top here. You can see that there is a, you would choose your date and then you would book. And then here's some information on the procedures. And then down here, you'll see that there is a spot for you to sign up for your specific time, 10 minutes at a time. All of the gowns and the hats in between sessions will be steam sanitized. So there is a health and safety plan in place from our photographers. I hope that answered the question. There's a question about the capstone project. I don't know if anybody on here is able to answer that question. It says, what's going on with the capstone project? We haven't heard anything about what's going on with that.
Yeah, so next week on the 7th of October, Wednesday, all the Career 12 teachers, and for that matter, every career teacher is going to be inviting the kids to join their first session next Wednesday, be around 12:30ish. And your teacher will be going over all the details of Careers 12, and which involves the capstone. So you'll be getting more information from your teacher shortly.
There was also a question about date for the grad cruise. Is there a grad cruise? So like Mr. Primrose mentioned, we haven't canceled anything. We will try to make as many of these events possible, but we also do need to understand the situation that we're in with this pandemic. So there is no date set for the grad cruise. We'll have to reassess how things are looking in the spring, and we definitely hope that we can make something like that happen. And absolutely, I can send the link for the sign up. We're just trying to finalize the dates and the time slots to make sure that there's enough for every grad. But as soon as that is available for the grad photos, we'll send that link out to all the grads, and it'll also be posted to the counseling classroom.